Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for another video. On today's video, 5 things you need to make sure you have before you go for a drive in the wintertime. Coming up. Hope you guys all stay with me. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today, 5 things you need to make sure you have in your car before you go driving in the wintertime. Number 1 is proper clothing. Make sure you have the right clothing when you're driving in the wintertime. And what I mean by right clothing is, if you have to get out of the car and walk for more than 50 yards from the car to the store, make sure you have the right clothing. Have insulated pants, a nice heavy coat. If it's really cold like it is out today, it's below 0, make sure you have long johns, a nice hat, a way to keep yourself warm. So that's the first one. Kind of obvious, but hey, make sure you have the right stuff. So nice warm clothing. Number 2, make sure you have a first aid kit in your car. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I've got other videos on what you should have in your vehicle for first aid kits or for backpacking or camping. Everybody's kind of got their own first aid kit, so you can make it personal or whatever you want. This is what I have, so make sure you have a good first aid kit in your car. That's number 2. Number 3 is a shovel. You might not think of this one, but if it's snowing outside and you get stuck, probably 9 times out of 10 you can get yourself unstuck with a little bit of not just burying yourself in the snow by just keep trying to spin your tires, just digging yourself out with a shovel. That's number 3. Number 4, water and some food. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm not talking about enough food for a week. And yes, I know you can survive days and days and days and weeks without food and water, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about something to make you more comfortable. If you did have to walk from your car to get help or something, it's nice to have some food and water. And the last thing that I always make sure I put in my car is a wool blanket. And this one you might not think of, but what happens if you are in a really bad accident and you're cold and you're not actually injured, but in the wintertime, you can be waiting hours for the ambulance to show up because they're so busy. There's so many wrecks and everything. And you're freezing cold, your car might not start. So a way to keep yourself warm, bundle up or whatever, or there's somebody hurt, you can bundle them up in a blanket, but you can't if you don't have a blanket. The other thing is, what happens if you break down and you're stuck there for a few hours, or you're stuck in snow? So a wool blanket's a really good idea to keep with you in your car. But those are my 5 things that I always try to keep in my car, most of them year round, but especially in the wintertime, make sure you have those 5 things. You can go into way more detail about recovery gear and everything if there's somebody stuck in the snow. I'm gonna do some of those in a later video, but these are 5 basics that you can pretty much, no matter what you're driving, it's a good idea to have in your car. So if you have any ideas of what 5 things you put in your car in the wintertime, put them down in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing.